Hi everyone, welcome to AET 236, Building Service Systems. My name is Dan Casper. I will be your instructor for this semester. Really looking forward to working with and getting to know everyone as we go throughout this fall semester. So I wanted to create this introductory video to introduce myself. I think it's particularly important since this is an asynchronous course, meaning we do not have required face-to-face meeting time, so I wouldn't normally I see everyone every week, but that may not be the case for this course. So I wanted to introduce myself and kind of let you know, there's a real human being here that's interacting with you, sending you emails and announcements and grading and so forth, and that human being is me. So I also wanted to just kind of go over basic course overview at the beginning, sort of give you some insight into how this course is organized and how to sort of navigate the course and get started. I'll try to keep it as brief as possible here because all of this is in the course, getting started part of the course. So here we are on the home page. This is D2L. Hopefully everyone's familiar with D2L at this point. One nice thing that I wanted to point out actually is that you notice on the right hand side here we have upcoming assignment due dates. So that's a really useful way to keep track of what's upcoming. As you'll see, there are other ways. I have a schedule already sort of loaded in there, but this is a good quick way to see like, okay, what's coming up right away, and you can actually click on it and it should take you to the assignment, right? You can always go back to that home page. This is a really nice tip. You can always go back to that home page by clicking at the top, the name of the course at the top, and this goes for any other course as well. Okay, so that's a great way to keep track of assignment due dates that are coming up, and there'll be announcements that pop up here and so forth too. All right, so let's take a quick look at the content organization. I'm not going to go through everything here, but to get started with the course, you want to go to the appropriately named Getting Started tab. All right, so you click on that. All of these tabs are designed to move from top to bottom. So when you go through the content, you start at the top and you go to the bottom. Hopefully that's pretty easy to remember, right? So there's a bunch of tabs here, so you just want to go through one by one. It gives you a welcome to the course, an overview of the course. Here's some information about me. This is really important, this instructor information tab. If you ever want to contact me, just go to the instructor information tab. My office is here. A note that I will be working remotely part of the time this semester, and it's all indicated here, right? So here's my on-campus and off-campus days. I have student hours every week. I will always be available during those times unless I indicate otherwise. So sometimes they're mostly face-to-face when I'm here on campus at the Stanton campus, but I also have, as you'll see here, some virtual student hours, which we can do via Zoom. But I'm also, during my face-to-face hours, we can meet via Zoom as well, so you don't need to come on campus to meet with me. The only caveat there is that if I'm meeting with a student, then you'd have to wait, but that's the same as if it were face-to-face. I provide my contact information here. The preferred way to contact me is through email, so that's the best way to contact me, and you should always contact me through D2L by going to, you can go to the tools and then the class list and then send an email. Okay, so send it through D2L and I'll respond as quickly as possible. You can also, I'm also happy to meet anytime as long as I'm available. I'm here for you. I really am. So if none of these times work and you want to meet virtually or face-to-face, shoot me an email or set up a meeting with me through this link here. Okay. So there's some other important information here. The syllabus, definitely want to go through that. The course schedule, as you can see, it's all laid out for you week by week, right? So we have 15 weeks. These are sort of on the left, you have your reading and video assignments, and then on the right are your actual assignments. Okay. Feel free to read ahead if you want to. Definitely go through all these course policies. It's really important in terms of the late policies, the grading, everything. So I'm not going to, you can read through this, but make sure you do that. And keep going down here. So there is a required textbook. Make sure you get it. It's available in the bookstore. You can do, there's a digital version, there's a digital rent version, you can get the hard copy version, so there's any number of options for you. And it is required. You will be doing a lot of readings out of this. It's a great book, so make sure you do that. There's also some information here about some technology resources that you'll need for the course, so you want to make sure that you have an Oporto account. It's all really straightforward, so go make sure you read through that and that, check that you can log into Oporto. I've also provided some helpful resources here. Most of the stuff is kind of optional. I do like the Pulse app. This integrates very seamlessly with Delaware Tech. A lot of people, it's a good way to keep track of assignments, due dates, and announcements and stuff on your phone. I do want to make a special note of our Virtual Support Center. So the Virtual Support Center, Delaware Tech has put a lot of time and resources to creating this Virtual Support Center. So this is really great because you can access financial aid and the business office and advising and so forth virtually. So they built this because of COVID, and they're keeping this moving forward. And so it's a really great resource. So I suggest that you look through that to see what is available virtually at Delaware Tech. I have some tips for distance learning, pretty straightforward stuff. This is really important, this uploading handwritten work. You will, again, this is asynchronous, so we don't meet face-to-face. So there will be some assignments that are handwritten, but that you have to submit. And so in order to submit them, you're going to need to scan them and submit them through D2L. So it's really important that when you do that, that they're legible, that it's easy enough to read. So when you're ready to submit an assignment, you scan it, you get ready to submit it, take a good look at it and think to yourself, if I handed this to a random person, will they be able to read everything that I wrote on it? Is it legible? Is the lighting good? Is it the right orientation, and so forth? Okay, so that's really important. Now you are welcome to hand things in to me in person. I'm absolutely fine with that. But if you're scanning and submitting, make sure that it's legible. There's a lot of technology resources here, like Microsoft Office, excuse me, 365 is free to all students, so there's a link here. So there's other technology support. Okay, so now we have those virtual classroom and learning materials tab. This is really important. You'll spend a lot of time in this tab this semester. So I will put together optional Zoom sessions each week that in which I'll review key content. It's basically an open Q&A for you all. And I'll send out an email to try to find the best time for everybody. But when I do that, we'll have them every week. Totally optional, but I do strongly encourage you to attend. It's a good opportunity for you to ask questions. So it'll be time so that you have time to sort of work on your assignments and do the readings. And then we have this session to sort of review, and I can help answer any questions that you might have about the assignments or the readings. And then once I will record all of those sessions, and I'll post links to all of them here. So if you can't make it because the timing doesn't work out for you, again, this is optional, but I'll post them, and then you can always view them later. So for now, this is where all of the learning materials are going to be. So right now I have week 1 loaded in there, and you can see that the schedule is listed at the top of the week. So I'll do that for each week, and that matches up with that main schedule that I showed you earlier. And then again, the content is meant to be gone through from top to bottom, right? So readings and videos and so forth. And then you can see the assignments are down here. All right. And then as we go through the weeks, they'll open up, and you just can go through from top to bottom. The last thing I want to point out here is the Q&A lounge. So this is for you, place for you to ask questions. There's something that something from the class relevant to the course material that you think others might benefit from hearing, please post it in the Q&A lounge, and then I will check that frequently. And also feel free to help others as well. So I suggest that everyone checks the Q&A lounge frequently as well. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the overview and the introduction. The last thing that I want to note is that this course has been taught by a few different instructors over the years. And so just a heads up that there may be some videos from other instructors in this course, and that's totally normal actually for our department. We actually share a lot of videos across courses anyway. But just to give you a heads up, most of it will be me, but then you'll see some other instructors as well. And that's totally sort of par for the course, no pun intended. So that about does it for the introduction. I'm happy to interact with, in fact, look forward to interacting with you. So please don't hesitate to reach out. Set up a time to meet with me face-to-face or via Zoom. Stop by my student hours. Shoot me an email. I am absolutely here to help, and I look forward to it. So I hope your semester gets off to a great start. We'll hopefully see you soon.